Hi everyone, I'm Professor Pride, and I realize it's been way too long since we've said hello. But I hope you can understand that we haven't just been taking a break. We've kept a lot of big secrets for the past 6 months, and now is the time that we reveal almost all of them. So there's a lot packed into this episode, and I hope you can stay tuned for the entire thing. But before we get to any of that, I wanted to say thank you to all of our subscribers and especially to our members who stuck around the entire time. You kept subscribed to our channel or our Patreon and kept supporting us in our LGBTQ education work. So thank you so much for that. You have no idea how much that means to all of our staff members behind the scenes and especially to myself. So you might be asking, we've had 6 months off now. What have we been doing? Have we just been on a giant break here and done nothing? Well, that's not true. To the outside world, it might look like we've had 6 months off, but believe me, we've had far from that in reality. So I want to explain what we've been up to, what we've been building, and why, most importantly. Now, as many of you might have seen, last year we had a lot of problems behind the scenes. Our 36 staff members and myself worked incredibly hard for 5 years, creating 600 plus videos on this channel, which is not easy to do for any production company, by the way. Normally, a TV show only has 20, 30, maybe even 50 episodes a year. We had hundreds a year. So that was already a big production challenge, especially considering we're trying to get every single thing perfect without any facts or evidence being overlooked. That is especially hard to do. That's why we helped employ 36 people to do that job and make sure that all of the research was there before we spoke on camera about a topic. And so that way the education you all got was flawless. I'm especially proud of every episode we created in the past because I get to look back at it now and realize this is a resource unlike anything other that's out there already. Other YouTubers are creating little small videos of let's do a fun little challenge, and while we did that on occasion, for the most part, our channel was education first and foremost. And that right there is why we were actually accepted into over 20,000 school districts worldwide. Over 20,000 schools were showing our videos on the projectors in front of their classrooms to their students around the world, in 83 countries, in 63 languages. That is just mind-boggling, okay? From our tiny TV studios here, it is just overwhelming to think of the ripple effects that we've created through that education. It's the reason why we actually were accepted as a trusted source of LGBTQ education for the Trevor Project website, for organizations like the University of Maryland, for Harvard University, and many, many other universities that are leading in this fight for LGBTQ education. So to just be accepted as a trusted partner and to be shown in Harvard University classrooms, I never thought that was possible, especially considering our first mission statement of helping one kid out there to now helping classrooms of people at a time. That is amazing for me. Last year we had a lot of problems, and I'm not going to sugarcoat them for you. We ran into very hard times on YouTube, where YouTube was trying to fight with TikTok and create YouTube Shorts, and if you didn't create YouTube Shorts, your channel was just suppressed to no end. We were promised 2 million views in June in Pride Month of last year, and another million in July of last year. But then we never even came close to those numbers. The revenue just wasn't there for us to keep creating content. So we actually did a telethon to raise money to make the LGBTQ education that you all see on this show. A lot of you in surveys have responded and told us, hey, I'm too young to understand what really production cost is. A lot of our audience members are under 18 years old, and so thinking about spending $1,000 every week or every month on expenses for a big production TV show isn't something that a lot of people had the concept of. We kept getting comments of like, hey, here's, you have $300. Why not buy a brand new car for that? And it's like, that's not what a brand new car costs, So a lot of people had a big misunderstanding there. And I understand that. Not everyone knows what production costs are, let alone when you're younger. And that's perfectly acceptable. A lot of people asked us why we had ads on our videos to help pay for all this. Why couldn't we just get a government grant? Well, governments aren't always accepting of LGBTQ people, especially in America where our government doesn't even want to give LGBTQ people the legal rights and protections that every other citizen has under the Fairness Act or the Equality Act. Like, they don't want to give those protections, let alone a grant to an organization. So that's very difficult, and we would need someone working full-time to do that. And so last year we had a lot of hard times with that, and we sort of asked ourselves, well, hey, we're creating 3-4 videos a week, but can we afford to do so? Can we realistically do this forever? And it became a very difficult question for our team members to answer. But last year, at the very end of the year, we realized YouTube wasn't ever going to be the same. We talked to a lot of LGBTQ YouTubers that we knew, and every one of them kept saying, YouTube does this all the time. As soon as you start to understand what this platform is like, they change all the rules, and they change everything about themselves, so you have to understand it all again. And this happens time after time. So we weren't going to try to do that all the time. That's just not who we are. We make longer form videos because that's what the education requires. We can't put an episode out about the transgender bathroom debate or the It's Not a Sin to Be Gay episode and talk about all of the evidence behind it in less than a minute in a YouTube short. That's just not going to happen. So we took a long, hard look at our own content and what we want to be. But all of that are things that we can understand. I mean, YouTube changing or our audience not really understanding how much a giant production company costs to run is something that we can better educate you in the future of like, hey, this is what it actually goes on behind the scenes and why it costs so much to make the things we make. It's why we need things like pbrmerchstore.com with tons of rainbow products on it to better fund our education here on this channel and worldwide. It's why we have memberships and why we have ads on videos. That's all stuff that we can really easily help explain to our audiences. But at the end of December, we put out a video on this channel that was probably the first real personal video I've ever put out. It was something that I didn't have to share with anyone, but was something that I wanted to share because I was incredibly proud. I proposed to my now fiance Michael up in the Finger Lakes in upstate New York on Christmas Day, and a great friend of ours filmed it for us, and we uploaded that video to this channel. Immediately afterwards, we realized it wasn't getting the attention that we wanted. We thought, hey, this is going to be accepted by the LGBTQ community and our fans, but there's probably going to be some homophobic or transphobic people that just decide to comment and be hateful of, hey, how dare you homosexuals get married or whatever. We expected all of that. I think after the first month of that video being online, I deleted like 5 homophobic comments, which was incredibly low for that kind of video. But at the same time, you'll notice that video has thousands of views and only about 130 comments, which is incredibly low for a video. That's because we had to delete or ban LGBTQ members of our audience from commenting. They were commenting so hateful of things to us that we had to get rid of them. These were people and usernames that I recognized commenting time and time again on our channel, saying how thankful they were for this education and how amazing of a resource we had here. And now on this proposal video to my fiance, they were commenting the most atrocious things to me and to my fiance. It wasn't about our looks, wasn't about anything like that. Which, people can comment whatever they want, but these people were commenting things that just had me so sad for a long time. Commenting how me and him haven't been together long enough to propose, or that honestly I don't deserve happiness because I chose to be an LGBTQ educator. Because I choose to make education videos for the internet, I didn't deserve happiness. I didn't deserve a personal life. And I never understood those comments, and I still don't today. We had people with a little tag next to their username that they were a public subscriber of our channel, who I recognized in the past from hundreds of other comments. Now they were commenting just hateful things to us. Honestly, it was the worst experience probably I've ever had on this channel. Watching so many fans who just a year prior to that, or just 2 years prior to that, had it trending on Twitter and trending on YouTube for a while, hashtag find Matt a man, trying to find me a boyfriend. And now I had a boyfriend, I was ready to call my fiance, and these same people were now commenting hate, that I don't deserve this because I chose to be an educator and I should be alone for the rest of my life because I choose to be an educator here. Through that, I've learned a lot. And we started researching a lot of things about the LGBTQ community that we want to talk about. We have a lot of problems. A lot of fat shaming, a lot of jealousy. We have issues. I'm not going to sugarcoat them. Because sometimes our community, while we have the saying of this is all love is love, sometimes our community does not show its love to its own members. And I felt that first and foremost through that whole experience. It was heartbreaking. After that whole experience, I decided not to upload for a little bit. I decided to take a break, and in our production meetings, I said how much I didn't want to upload another video for a little bit because I just wasn't ready for another string of bad actors. And then we just decided to do better things with our time. There were a lot of great ideas last year and in previous years that I truly wanted to do, but we didn't have the time to do them because we're trying to make 2-3 videos a week every week of the year. So we didn't really ever have time to do the education things for schools or do big projects that we really wanted to get done. So we decided to actually take the past 6 months and do them. So while there was a lot of sadness last year and a lot of anguish to get to this point, this year we've actually been a lot happier. We haven't been uploading every week, as you know, but behind the scenes we've been in full production mode the entire time. And we actually created a lot of resources that schools, universities, and everyday people can use to better understand our community. Some of them are going to go out on the internet for free, and some of them are going to be on pbrmerchstore.com. We spent months making all of these. So there's a lot of time and effort and a lot of research that went into making these perfect resources. And I'm so proud of what we're about to put out. So you'll be seeing a little bit of the stuff today, and you'll be seeing a little bit of the stuff come out over the entire summer. And especially, we're hoping to have a lot of the free resources come out right before school year next year. That way schools can implement them on day one of their curriculum. So we're super proud of all of that coming out over this summer. But you'll notice behind me, there's actually empty shelves all over the place because actually tomorrow we go on tour. For the first time in a long time, we're going on tour. And the entire summer up to October of this year, we're going to be on the road almost the entire time. I want to talk about what we have coming out today because it is insane what we actually have coming out today. So first off, we've been wanting to do this for a while because there's a lot of things in our community that are kind of hard to understand if you're not a member of our community. So first, and what I'm probably most proud of, is an LGBTQ dictionary. Literally 370 terms in the LGBTQ community that need defining because not everyone understands all of these terms, and there's a lot that our community, a lot of words our community uses on a daily basis that other people look at and go, what is that word again? So this book defines all of those. This comes in paperback and hardcover. It's available now on pbrmerchstore.com and on Amazon. I'm so proud of this book because it's been something that I've honestly been working on for like 2 years now, but I didn't really have the time to finish it until the past 6 months here. So we cover everything from A spec to Z pronouns. So everything's in here. Everything's well defined and has a proper definition in it. So that is out right now, along with this book, Pride Flags and What They All Mean. We took every pride flag in the LGBTQ community and we defined it all in this book. So again, I'm super proud of both of these books because these combined, not that expensive to get in actual copies, but also super helpful for schools, organizations, especially pride organizations, or if you're going to a pride event, you probably want to read these before going to understand all of the terms and the flags that you might see or hear in conversation so you can understand everything. That's all out right now, and I'm super proud of both of them because again, I've been working on them for a long time, for like years I've been working on them, and I haven't been able to get past like page 5 of this book until the past 6 months. So that's all really cool, and I'm very excited about it. Also, a lot of you have been asking for bookmarks, so we actually created a bookmark. On the front is "Love is love, all genders are valid," and on the back there's a trans pride flag in the background with all of the ways to connect with Powered by Rainbows, and if you scan that code you get something really cool. So all of that is on this little bookmark, 2 inches by 6 inches. So these bookmarks can be used for whatever book you're on, and you can actually get them now at pbrmerchstore.com for just $2 a piece, I believe. Or if you buy a book, you get them for $1 extra. So that's really cool. They're going to be available at all the Pride events this year that we go to. A lot of people have wanted bookmarks for a long time, and I'm so excited to finally have a design that I'm really happy with. We finally found a manufacturer that I'm really happy to work with on those, and we finally pulled the trigger and did it. So they're available now. So some of you knew that we had 2 master classes in the past, LGBTQ friendly classroom and event vendor masterclass on how to be a perfect vendor at an event or a trade show, and how to be LGBTQ friendly in your classroom or your organization. Both of these have been out for a little bit now, but we're coming out with physical copies this year. So as of right now, both of these are available at pbrmerchstore.com. You can get the USB flash drive versions with the USB flash drive inside there. This is a demo version, but get that right now. But those are master classes that we came out with in the past. A lot of you have been asking about other things that we can do. And so for the past 6 months, we've been working incredibly hard to do bigger, way bigger things that classrooms, schools, organizations, LGBTQ resource centers can have for all of their guests or their people in the future. So we created 3 this year. 3 brand new masterclasses from step 1 to the very end. Everything is included in these. So first off, GSA Club Guidebook, how to create a GSA club in your school or organization. That is its own course this year. Comes in a USB case and all of that. It's an incredible course. Teaches you everything from why you need to start a GSA club, how to start one, and all about school dress codes and everything you need to know about the law is on your site over there. So that all comes in this masterclass. We also have coming out guide. So if you're thinking about coming out to yourself or others, this is a perfect masterclass for you to take. You get to watch a ton of videos in this, including understanding your sexual orientation, gender identity, how to find your sexual orientation or gender identity, the basics of LGBTQ, 35 tips to coming out, is it a sin to be gay, science of being gay, science of being trans, dealing with homophobia and transphobia after coming out, what to prepare for, overcoming depression and self-harm, tips to coming out at school, and even parenting tips on how to better accept your LGBTQ loved ones and family members. That's all in this masterclass, packed in there for you. So that is available now as well. But finally, understanding transgender fundamentals. This has been one of the most requested topics we've ever had, and now we have a masterclass for it to understand everything from the very beginning to the very end. All of it is packed in here, from understanding gender and the gender spectrum, the science of being trans, the trans bathroom and sports debates, and even an extended version of interviews with a trans activist and friend of mine, Michaela Gavelitz. It's all in this course. It's all packaged really, really professionally with a USB there. That's all of the products that we have available right now on pbrmerchstore.com. This summer, we're going to be coming out with a lot of other resources, free and some that we're going to have on the store, but they're all going to help the LGBTQ community, because we sort of looked at this entire thing and we asked ourselves, what do we want Powered by Rainbows to be? How do we want Powered by Rainbows to be remembered? And the truth is, we don't just want to be a YouTube channel making fun little videos on the internet. We want it to be, and I think we are, an education network first and foremost, not just a YouTube channel. So part of that is creating masterclasses, creating books and resources, creating things that can help for generations to come, not just now, not just on the internet, but things that can help generations from now. And that is what we wanted to do for the past 6 months. So a lot of the things you're going to be seeing, a lot of the videos you'll be seeing in the future on our channel are that education mission statement, and follow that mission statement. I don't want to create things just because they're trendy or because a lot of people are talking about them right now. I want to create things that are going to help generations from now. I know it's been a very hard and difficult road for the past 6 months, waiting for new content to come out, and then we come out and we say, hey, here's what we've been up to. Maybe you love what we have spent the past 6 months on, maybe you don't. But I'm happy. Our team is so proud of what we're putting out now. Education is the only thing that matters. Right now, our community is under attack like never before. In places like Florida, they're banning any talk of our community. They're banning books like this from their library shelves for no freaking reason. They're condemning free speech and trying to stop our community from existing. We're not going to be making videos on this channel of little fun games that you can watch us play together. Honestly, my fiance and I are getting married later this month, and he doesn't want to be on camera because the last time he was on camera, you guys were really mean to him. But realize we're in the fight of our lives here for education. So we don't want to make those YouTube videos that everyone watches. We want to create education that can help generations to come. That is the difference between our channel and any other LGBTQ channel on this platform. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to create education, and it's going to hopefully help as many people as possible. Hopefully change minds so that way someday this world can be more accepting of LGBTQ people than ever before. So I'm very proud of everything we're doing, and I hope you are too. I hope you can understand why we spent the last 6 months working so hard behind the scenes to make the education first and foremost on our education network. We want Powered by Rainbows to become the #1 trusted source of education materials for LGBTQ people worldwide. We're already in 83 countries. We're already in 60 some languages worldwide. Now it's about making sure this education gets in the hands of every single person and making sure that it's quality education with all of the facts and evidence presented. That's what we worked so hard for the past 6 months ensuring, and that's what we're going to try to do in the future. So thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for standing by us for the past 6 months, and I hope all of you enjoy this Pride Month and all of the education resources that we have coming to you over the next couple months, because I guarantee you it is just amazing. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a gay day, everyone. And as always, bye for now.